Yeah. Guess who's back? You know, they banned me from Facebook. They blocked me on Instagram. They locked me out of my other social media accounts, so I'm back here on YouTube to talk wrestling, to talk life, to talk sports, to talk sports entertainment, to talk Smackdown Live last night and AEW Rampage. Friday nights have been litty like a titty. You know, jumping right into the action. Last night on Smackdown, the Usos and the Street Profits, they had themselves a match. And let me tell you, it was a fight. I love where this Uso and Street Profit feud is going, this battle over the tag titles. You know what I think it's missing? I think it's missing the New Day. Because Kofi and Xavier Woods are lost. Xavier's over on Raw trying his damnedest to stay afloat while Kofi Kingston is nursing injuries. The Street Profits have taken this stage and become superstars. Montez Ford was injured by Otis a while back, but he's back now. The Street Profits are back now. Last night, the Street Profits and the Usos, they had themselves a tag team match that ended in a double disqualification because the referee just couldn't get control of those four athletes, those four street fighters, or you could say those four street thugs got a little too extreme for SmackDown Live, which means quite possibly we could be seeing a tag team title Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Last night on SmackDown, they kept promoting it all throughout the night. Finn Balor against Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. That match is going to be our main event. But first, we got to get a word. We got to hear from the man, the mom, Becky Lynch. She makes her return. She makes her return at SmackDown to SmackDown, but she made a return at SummerSlam. And man, oh man, were the people talking. Was the notifications blowing up on the Angry New Yorker S-Deuce that night, because Becky Lynch came back and beat Bianca Belair in less than a minute and took that WWE SmackDown Women's title. Took it back to Ireland, took it back to her beautiful daughter, to her husband, Seth Rollins, as the sun comes up in New York City. And I say hi to my neighbors. You know it's still just me, just a voice. It's live, no gimmicks needed, no edits, no cuts, no fancy pictures, none of that crap. Just me and the voice of the voiceless. So Becky Lynch comes back last night to SmackDown with the belt. Bianca Belair comes out. Bianca Belair says, Becky, why don't you defend your title tonight like Roman's doing? Becky says, I don't give a damn what Roman Reigns is doing, and walks out on Bianca Belair and avoids a challenge by Bianca for the second week in a row. But that didn't matter to Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce, because they made the match for Extreme Rules anyway. Becky Lynch against Bianca Belair for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. It's going to be a good one come Extreme Rules. And you know, next on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Cesaro had themselves a one-on-one rematch. You know, Cesaro beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Cesaro kind of broke out of his shell with Seth Rollins. No, we're not going. Not going up there. Walking the dog right now. So Cesaro and Seth Rollins have themselves another barn burner of a match. Athleticism on display. Cesaro is nothing short of amazing. Seth Rollins could have a good match with a broom. So it just so happens he was in there with the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. And Cesaro was doing everything. I mean, he hit Seth Rollins with that Cesaro swing last night. He went around in a circle. It felt like 150 times. It was more like 10 or 15. And let me tell you something. If you've never been spun around, or if you've never just spun yourself around, you get pretty dizzy. Seth Rollins hates that giant swing. No, Rigby, you're walking my dog. Rigby making his debut on YouTube. But see, here's the thing. Seth Rollins, Cesaro. This is the 5th time they fought this year. Shout out to It's Wrestling Lover on Instagram, who gave me that fact last night. Because again, this is why the WWE is losing the fans. They're losing to AEW. I mean, AEW could have been real shiesty. And they could have put Rampage on at 8 p.m. on Fridays and went right up against WWE SmackDown Live. Now, the fact that Rampage is the #1 show on cable television on Friday nights, it should tell you something. SmackDown's on Fox, AEW's on TNT, 2 different time slots. They're not splitting they're not splitting the viewers anymore. AEW says, no. We don't need your 8 o'clock viewers. They're going to wait until 10 o'clock and they're going to watch AEW Rampage. But we're going to get into Rampage later. Seth Rollins and Cesaro for the 5th time wrestling this year. WrestleMania rematch. It ends in a disqualification. Seth Rollins once again. Seth Rollins snaps. Seth Rollins was using Edge's moves. Seth Rollins is saying he's learning from Edge. Seth Rollins is saying he's taking a page out of Edge's book. Every single week he learns something new. So at the end of the match, Seth Rollins gets a chair and breaks the piece of the chair off the bottom. So there's that pole. And he sticks that pole in Cesaro's mouth. And he gives him the crossface like Edge gave to Roman Reigns. When he had that fear of God on his face. Well, guess what? Seth Rollins did it to Cesaro. Then Seth Rollins was setting up a concerto to Cesaro. Seth Rollins is going into that dark place where Edge said he was afraid to go to. But he went to it at SummerSlam. And now he can't break out of it. But now Seth Rollins is going deeper into that dark place, deeper into madness as he starts to slowly become Brood Edge, maybe? I mean, Edge did call Seth Rollins Edge Light. Seth Rollins took offense to that, and here we go. Next week, MSG, my hometown, Smackdown Live comes back to the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. And listen, the Angry New Yorker is more than excited for SmackDown Live and MSG because they also announced Brock Lesnar is coming back next week to confront whoever the champion might be after last night's main event between Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the main event later on tonight. There was a backstage segment quick. Sonya Deville's on the phone talking about, that Brock Lesnar, he's going to be in MSG next week. SmackDown Live. Yeah. And here comes Naomi. Now, I told my wife last night, what the hell is going on with Naomi? She said, what? Her outfit, her hair, the big bolita pinches in her hair. she just looked like a grown-up 10-year-old. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that much of that Naomi for very long, because once again last night, Naomi said, hey, I'm back. You know, last week you said I can have a match. It's this week, but I'm not booked. Sonya Deville says, oh man, I must have forgot. I got a lot going on. Ask me next week. And she walks away from Naomi. Naomi's face tells 1,000 stories. Think about it. Naomi is the wife of Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso. She's married to one of the Uso brothers. Never know which one. It's hard to tell them apart. I think she's married to the one with the red streak in his hair. I don't know. All I know is Naomi would be a perfect fit in the bloodline. The group led by the tribal chief, the man who wants everybody to acknowledge him, Roman Reigns. And the Usos. Throw in Naomi, and we got ourselves a real stable that can threaten to hold all the gold on Smackdown Live. Oh yeah, we had a Rick Boogs sighting last night. Shinsuke Nakamura's guitarist, Rick Boogs, went one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler last night in an athletic showing like no other. Rick Boogs is strong, Rick Boogs is fast, Rick Boogs has heart. Rick Boogs got mad last night. Dolph Ziggler almost hits him with the zigzag, almost hits him with the super kick. Boogs blocks it, hits Ziggler with a pump handle slam and gets the 1, 2, 3. Huge win for the career of Rick Boogs, who seems he might be breaking away from Shinsuke for a little bit. I'll tell you who's not having any of that, Apollo Crews. As you see the beautiful sun coming up in the BX. Apollo Crews wants that Intercontinental title back. And he will stop at nothing to get Shinsuke Nakamura in a ring and have Rick Boogs get dealt with by General Aziz. And that thumb, that spike, made famous by Umaga, another Samoan. Another member of the Anoa'i family. Rest in peace, Umaga. Smackdown rolled on. Smackdown rolled on. Smackdown rolled right into a match between Dominic Mysterio and Sami Zayn. I'm sorry if I'm out of order. I think I flip-flopped a couple of matches. But Sami Zayn, Dominic Mysterio, set up by Rey Mysterio himself. He put Dominic in the belly of the beast last night. He threw his son to the wolves last night to see if Dominic would sink or would Dominic swim in the deep end with the big boys and the big sharks. Smackdown Live. He wants him to get some one-on-one reps under his belt, per se. He wants his son to learn how to fight for himself by himself. I really have a feeling that Dominic is either going to turn on Rey or Rey on Dominic, which would be insane. I don't think we've ever seen a heel Rey Mysterio in the WWE. So I think the WWE would miss a big opportunity if they turn Dominic on his dad. Instead, have the dad turn on his son. That doesn't happen. David and Ric Flair, David turns on Rick. Scott and Ivan Putski, they never got a chance to work together. David, San Martino, and Bruno, nope, David had like 3 matches and was gone. But Dominic and Rey, if they turn Rey on Dominic, it's going to be perfect. But back to the match, Sami Zayn, he's going to teach Dominic Mysterio a lesson. He's going to show Dominic Mysterio that he's not ready to be in the deep end with the big sharks on SmackDown Live. So Mysterio, Dominic that is, makes some good adjustments early to fend off an attack by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is appearing overwhelmed. So he rolls out of the ring. He's going to go leave the ring. But Rey Mysterio Jr., He's on the apron. He's on the entrance ramp. So what? So Sami Zayn gets back in the ring? No, Sami Zayn turns around. Tope Suicida by Dominic Mysterio takes out Sami Zayn. We come back from the break. Dominic Mysterio's celebrating. He gets distracted by his dad. He's not paying attention. He takes his eye off the ball. Haluva kick out of nowhere. Sami Zayn kicked this kid right in the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Lesson learned. Dominic Mysterio, Sami Zayn gets his hand raised, and now we're ready for the main event. The anticipation was building all night, all week. Everybody's been waiting about this match. Everybody talking online. Is Finn Balor going to beat Reigns? Is Finn Balor going to be the guy to go up against Brock Lesnar? If Finn beats Roman, there's no reason for him not to go up against Brock Lesnar. And there's no reason for Brock not to lose to Finn Balor. But wait a minute. Not if the Tribal Chief has anything to say about that. Because think about it. Oh, see, somebody left their window open in the Bronx. You don't want to do that. Radio's going to be gone. License plate going to be gone. All that. They'll steal it right under your nose, just like Finn Balor is going to try to steal the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns. Before the match, Balor is behind the curtain, gets interviewed, and he says, it's been 5 long years since he held the Universal Championship. Remember, SummerSlam 2016, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. Finn Balor wins, and he becomes the very first Universal Champion, although it would be short-lived because he would have to relinquish the title the very next night on Raw. Listen, Finn Balor tells everybody all the questions, all the what-ifs. Everybody's been on this big what-if tip because of Disney and Marvel's What If on Disney+. Check that show out. But Balor says all those questions get answered tonight. Hit the music. Here comes the Prince. The Prince is not dead. The real rock and roller. Finn Balor making his entrance, coming down the entranceway. And I can't help but think this match has a huge, big match feel to it. They have been pumping it all week. They have been advertising it all throughout the night, talking about it, talking about what could be, what will be, what should be, what can be. Next up, Finn Balor gets to the ring. Before he can do anything, before he can get to the ring, the Usos, that's right, Jay and Jimmy Uso attack Finn Balor from behind, and they put a beating on poor Finn. They hit him with the ring steps. They threw him into the ring steps. They threw him back in the ring. They hit him with super kicks. They hit him with everything but the kitchen sink. And as Jay scales the top rope, he's going to come off for that big Uso splash. Finn Balor can't get out of the way, but the Street Profits, they come out to run off the Uso brothers. So the Usos, they might have just ruined SmackDown's big main event. Au contraire, Finn Balor, he has heart. Finn Balor, he has grit. Finn Balor has courage. Finn Balor knows the struggle. He knows how long it took him to get this title shot against Roman Reigns, between challenging him, almost getting the contract for the match at SummerSlam, getting it stolen by Baron Corbin, then stolen by John Cena, having to sit back and watch SummerSlam from afar, not compete, have to see Roman Reigns fight John Cena when it should have been you. Finn Balor's not going to let this opportunity go. Out comes Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, and Finn Balor is no worse for wear. He is messed up. He's clenching his ribs. His ribs are messed up. Everything on him. He looks like he's hurt. He has this big red mark on the side of his ribs where he hit those steps, where the Usos hit him with those steps. But the referee asks him, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to compete tonight? We'll call the match. You can get a title shot another time. Finn says, no way. Ring the damn bell. The bell rings. Roman Reigns goes right to work. Roman Reigns is working on Finn's ribs, of course. I mean, if you're in a fight and you see your guy limping, are you not going to try to kick the leg? If you're in a fight and you see a guy wincing in his right eye, are you not going to try to work that eye, try to shut that eye for him? Of course you are. It's fighting. You're in a fight. You're in a fight you want to win. So Roman Reigns goes right to work on Finn Balor's ribs. Man, oh man, Finn had it coming last night. He had to work extra hard for this match. And he got it done. The match was amazing. A lot of near falls last night. There was one point where Finn hits the sling blade. Finn hits the drop. Finn hits the drop kick. He sends Roman Reigns to the outside. Tope Suicida over the top rope. Throws Roman back in. Climbs to the top rope. Hits the coup de grace. Fans are going bananas. Everybody thinks there's going to be a new champion. I think there's going to be a new champion. 1, 2, kick out. That's when I knew there was no hope for Finn Balor. There was no way. He just hit Roman Reigns with everything he had. And Roman Reigns kicked out valiantly. But what happens next? What happens next? Finn continues to work over Reigns. Reigns can't believe it. Reigns is you can tell he's more than impressed. He's nervous. He's afraid he's gonna lose. He gets Finn Balor in this bulldog choke, this standing guillotine choke. And Finn Balor, as much as he's fighting, as much as he's trying to stay up, Finn Balor gets choked out unconscious. The ref has no choice but to call for the bell. Roman Reigns defeats Finn Balor by, you can't say submission because he didn't tap out. So you can't call it a tap out. But he submits him by knocking him out unconscious, I guess. I guess you can call it a KO, right? Because he put him to sleep. So Roman Reigns defeats Finn Balor via standing guillotine. And that's it, right? Everybody thinks that's it. That's it. Finn Balor's all done for. Damn, didn't win the belt. But here's the funny thing that happened last night. And you can go back and watch it. As Roman Reigns leaves, Roman Reigns hoists up that Universal title high above his head. And something happens. The lights, for a split second, they turn red. For a split second, you hear a almost sounded like a mic drop, but it wasn't. The lights were red. It almost sounded like a heartbeat, and then it hit me. Within seconds, it hit me. Holy shit. That's the demon. The demon Finn Balor. That's his entrance. That's what they're setting up for. So as we hear the boom, boom, and you see the lights go red, Roman even stops for a second. Paul Heyman looks like he saw a ghost. Roman Reigns knows what it means. We all know what it means. It means the Demon King. The Demon King has seen enough. Finn Balor, his alter ego, the Demon Finn Balor. Something happens to Finn when that demon comes out of him and that war paint goes on him and he has the teeth on his neck and the dreads out of his hair and the old getup and that heartbeat song and the mist. The whole aura of the demon is just, I mean, the demon's undefeated in WWE. The demon's undefeated in NXT. Finn Balor only pulls out the demon in extreme cases. WWE's next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. Is Finn Balor going to pull out the Demon King to challenge Roman Reigns one more time? Or are we going to get Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar again? Just because we haven't seen it in 2021 doesn't mean we haven't seen it a million times already. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's sitting patiently, waiting for Brock to get back to it. Who's going to beat Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title? Is my money on Brock Lesnar, or is my money on Finn Balor? I'll be right back. So last night, my overall review of Smackdown, pretty damn entertaining. I won't lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. I enjoyed Smackdown a lot last night. Bits and pieces were meh. There was a spot I didn't even talk about with Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Baron Corbin. Happy Baron Corbin, though. Happy Baron Corbin. Everybody seems to be a fan of Happy Baron Corbin. Until he brings out Logan Paul. And Logan Paul and Kevin Owens kind of get into it. We all know Kevin Owens doesn't play nice with celebrities when they come to the WWE. So Logan Paul pushes Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens pushes Logan Paul. Baron Corbin attacks Kevin Owens, gives him a cheap shot. Meh. You know, SmackDown, they're on Fox. They got to bring in viewers. They got to bring in ratings. They got to bring in big stars. Logan Paul, as much as anybody can hate him, you all have to admit he's a huge star. Big time. SmackDown Live last night. Where are they going to go with Balor? Where are they going to go with Roman Reigns? Brock Lesnar next week, coming back to SmackDown, coming back to New York City. Edge against Seth Rollins in a rematch. WWE is cooking. You guys, thanks for watching my debut, my re-comeback, my re-debut, my comeback video. Look at this, holding down the block. S. Deuce, the Angry New Yorker, the voice of the voiceless. Wrestling is the passion. It's what I love. It's what I love to talk about. And it's the way it's going to be. Next up, AEW Rampage review. Make sure you like this video. Smash that like button. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell 1,000,001 friends about the Angry New Yorker. Let's Talk Wrestling, The Page, The Angry Stoolie, The Angry Bros Podcast, Top Rope Dope, which we're going to be talking about in another video. The sun is always behind me, Daddy, because I'm shining. I'm shining like the stars were last night on SmackDown Live. But watch out for my next video. The AEW Rampage review is coming right up, folks. It's coming right up. We're going to get this video uploaded. Then we're going to talk about Rampage. And boy, oh boy, what a show that was. What they crammed into 1 hour. Really sets them apart from the WWE. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, we win or we learn. If you're not down with that, I got one word. I'll say it 3 times. Yeah.